Wow, man, you really can't make this stuff up. Matthew 24:24, for there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Right? Well, right now it's like a kind of like a build your own Jesus type deal out there in the religious world. Because there's 43,000 Christian denominations, and you can just kind of go pick whatever Jesus you want, whatever Jesus fits your image. Man, I really got to start reading this stuff. And when you do, look right here in the bottom, right, it says cross-reference Revelation 13:13. So I'm going to go read that right quick. Right, so we'll jump over to Revelation. And this will kind of help you understand some stuff, because you'll start to see where things connect. Okay, 13:13, and he doeth great wonders, right? This sounds like it's talking about Satan. So what we're actually going to do is jump up to where like it starts the first idea of this thought, right? So we're going to go up, boom, boom, boom. Verse 1. Okay, 13, verse 1, we're just going to start here. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads, 10 horns, and upon his 10 horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And the world all wondered after the beast, and they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. They worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast, and who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given to him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against Jehovah, to blaspheme his name, and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them, because power was given to him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life, of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And I behold another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. He exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them to dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Right? You may not be getting this picture. I'll kind of paint it for you when I go back. But now I'm going to read verse 13, which is what connected earlier, what we read. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Okay, so what does it say? It says there's going to be many messiahs coming in the last days. And it says here he's going to deceive the whole world. If you read just a little bit further back in the chapter before, Revelations 12:9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world, was cast into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. How can you read that and not think that this Jesus guy that everybody's praying to is wrong? It says here he deceived the whole world. The whole world is claiming Jesus as the Messiah. And you notice here in Matthew 24, it doesn't say there's going to come false Jesuses. It doesn't say the name, it just says the Messiah, right? Christ is not Jesus's last name. I don't know if y'all know this or not. Christ means Messiah. Okay, so it says there shall rise false messiahs and false prophets. So a prophet is somebody who explains the word, who tries to explain the word, right, to make it understandable, right? Speaking in tongues would be if I told you I desire mercy, not sacrifice, and I didn't explain it at all. But what that means is I desire you to rebuke sin and not stone your brother of sin, right? I desire mercy, not sacrifice. Horeb over cyanide. Like, there's many idioms in this book that you should really like pay attention when you read these things, because like you need to be a Berean and you need to search these things out. So when he says, when you believe what Moses said of me, you need to go and figure out what Moses said so you can believe what he said of Moses, what Moses said, right? Like you have to understand what they're quoting in the Old Testament. And even just in New Testament, like just go through your New Testament and try to connect things to each other. Make it like, because if you're reading like these Christians are telling you to read, it's not right. Okay, but first you have to keep the Ten Commandments. That's the first thing. Okay, but I mean, it tells you here very plainly and clearly that the whole world is going to be deceived. But I'm going to jump back in here at 7 and kind of prophesy some of this. So, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. All power was given to him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. So this is talking about the devil right here. So he opened his mouth and blasphemed me against Jehovah, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in the heaven. Right, so it was everybody right now on earth is blaspheming the name of Jehovah every day. If any man that have an ear, let him hear. Right, so for the ears, the people who have ears to hear, we're hearing. Right, we're proclaiming the name of Jehovah. We're proclaiming the name of Yeshua, not this hippie Jesus guy. And he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. That's referring to you, Torah, the one who are saying you got to keep the 613 laws. If you keep doing this, when the time comes, you're going to be led into captivity. He that kill with the sword must be killed with the sword. This talking about you people who are just like gung ho, fucking. Oh, I got rifles and I'm gonna defend my property. One of the commandments: don't kill. Thou shalt not kill. What is that? Number 6. Thou shalt not kill. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So he already calls you to have the patience of the saints. Just be patient. Just wait. Don't make any rash decisions. Don't ever get overworked up about things. Don't be worldly. Just be patient. Be still. Be calm. Listen to Jehovah. Keep the 10 Commandments. Use the name Yeshua. Use the name Jehovah. Eat clean. Fulfill the royal law, which is spreading the good tidings. That's what we do here at straightасthegate.net. We spread good tidings. What is the good tidings? That you no longer have to stone each other, right? We're just rebuking sin. We're just keeping the 10 Commandments and we're living life. We're drinking, smoking cigarettes, smoking pot, fellowshipping. Like that's what we do, right? What's so wrong with that? What's so hard? What are we saying that's making you so mad? All we're saying is keep the 10 Commandments. We're asking you not to kill, not to commit adultery, not to steal, not to lie, not to covet, to love God above all gods, to not have any graven images, no idols, to not use the name of Jehovah in vain, which is using freaking Christian hippie Jesus, right? Keeping the Sabbath holy, and obeying your mother and father, which is teaching your kids the 10 Commandments. Like, which one of these is grievous to you? Because they're not grievous, right? I mean, I don't get why you're so in an uproar. I mean, I do, because the Bible says you're going to be mad about it. It says they're going to hate you. They proclaim the name of Jehovah. But don't worry, they hated me first. They hated me before they hated you. So, I mean, he tells us, but I just don't understand what is so grievous about keeping the 10 Commandments. Because what's going to happen in Great Tribulation or the second Exodus, you're going to have to keep 10 Commandments anyway. But the only difference is you won't be able to save your family. You'll just be saving yourself. So you'll have to watch your children get dashed to pieces and your wives be ravaged to death by demons and give birth to giants and demons. But you don't want to hear these things. You don't want to listen. Those of you who have ears to hear, you will listen. You'll hear. This breaks our heart, man. Life would be so good if we could just keep the 10 Commandments. If everybody could just keep the 10 Commandments. We wouldn't have wars. We wouldn't have famine. Like, I don't get what's so grievous about it. I love you guys, but you really do need to start keeping the 10 Commandments. Because if not, Great Tribulation is appointed to you. And I don't want to see you in Great Tribulation. I want to see you in heaven. I want to see you in New Jerusalem. Okay? Keep the 10 Commandments. Fulfill the royal law. Eat clean.